What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Garage Gym Gains. I'm Ricky, and today we're talking about quite possibly the best value in a garage gym clock. That's right, we're talking about the Accurite digital clock from Amazon. Now, overall, this clock has a relatively simple design, as it should be. From the front, you can see the time, obviously. We've got AM or PM, the temperature, which seems to work decently well, the date, and today's date. So the day of the week and today's date. Overall, it's a pretty attractive design. I went with the white lights. I was gonna go with red, but they were out of stock, so I went with white. It is very bright, which is definitely a plus. I have a lot of lights in the garage, and you can still see the readout perfectly. On the back side, we'll flip it around here. It does have a little stand, so if you want to set it on something like I'm doing now, you can do that. It does have two mounting holes as well. There's 3 buttons to adjust all of the settings, to set the time, date, that type of thing. If you open up this flap here, that actually comes off. There's a place to wind up the cord, so if it's plugged in right by an outlet, you don't have all the cord just hanging out. You can just loop it around there until you have all the slack out. So that's a pretty unique feature, or at least a thoughtful feature. I haven't reviewed a lot of clocks, so I don't know how common that is, but it's something that I didn't think about, and I really appreciate it. There are AA batteries as well, so it is able to work via battery, which is huge, depending on where you want to put it. So we'll throw this flat back on. Overall, it's relatively light. It feels like it barely weighs anything, which is good. You can probably mount it straight into drywall. You're not going to have an issue there because, like I said, it barely weighs anything. I'm going to throw this up on the wall, and then we'll see what it looks like when it's actually up on the wall and not just sitting here. But my first impression is it's a great clock. I got this on sale from Amazon. It was $49.99. This is the bigger version, the 18-inch. You will save some money by going with a 14.5-inch. However, it's of course going to be smaller. I wanted the bigger clock because I have such a big garage gym. I want to be able to see it from the other side. Obviously, that's a joke. We're only in a single car garage gym, but I thought the bigger size would look cool. It's a new day. We've got the clock mounted. This was actually Lauren's suggestion, and I'm glad she mentioned it because this is where we normally used to keep our brooms. Because the clock is right below the brooms, or where they would go, I think that means that we have to find another permanent spot for them, which keeps them out of the gym, which is definitely good. The other places I thought of were above the door. The problem with that is the fan was gonna be in the way most of the time unless you were up front. Towards the door, you weren't going to be able to see the clock, and I really didn't have any other good suggestions. So I'm glad she came up with this spot, but as you can see, it's very bright. It's easy to read. The only thing that it's missing that I wish it had was a second hand. I don't really count my rest that specifically, but if I was, and sometimes I do, it would be real handy to have the second hand to count your rest. It's pretty difficult to do with just the minutes, but I can just use a timer if I want to do that. It is still really handy. A lot of times I work out in the gym before I go to the other gym to work, and sometimes I get carried away, so it's going to be really good to be able to see what time it is and also the temperature. Obviously, the temperature is going to be a little bit skewed because we're so close to the house as opposed to having it on the other side where the garage door is. But so far, I do really like it, and I would absolutely recommend buying one. This was on sale for $49.99. Normally, it's $79.99. I do believe the price has jumped up a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot more people buying these types of clocks for their home gyms because there's a lot more home gyms right now. I also believe Basement Brandon put out a video on these. That's how I heard about it, and I'd assume they probably sold out after that, and then they caught wind, hey, we can raise our prices. I'm not sure how it happened, but like I said, I got this on sale for $49.99, which I think is an okay price. Going with a different fitness clock, although it will have other features, they're actually pretty pricey. They can be upwards of $150 or more dollars, which to me seems like quite a bit for a clock. But so far I really like it, and like I said, I would absolutely recommend getting one. I will leave the link, the Amazon link, down below to this one as well as the other colors. They have two versions, 14.5 and 18-inch version, like I said before. As always, thank you for watching. If you found the video helpful or entertaining, hit the thumbs up below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're gonna be trying to do about 3 videos a week. So if you're into gyms, garage gyms, home gyms, anything like that, we do have a lot of exciting things coming, so definitely stick around to catch those. We are planning a couple garage gym tours, which are obviously gonna be cool. I need to do another tour of this spot. We haven't done one since the last channel. It was on my personal page. That was before we moved over to Garage Gym Gains. So with all that said, we'll see you next time.